Hello, I'm John Udine, Community College's Friday Night Rivals.
Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bath Hitter on MyTV WQMY.
Ryan Schrader from the...
At 10. We'll see you then. Enjoy the game.
Well, what a way to kick off our new season here. The kickoff is next.
And supposedly they put a new...
Hello, I'm John Udicek, President of Luzerne County Community College, title sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals football program. Fall Friday nights in northeastern Pennsylvania are about school pride, high school football, and celebrating our student scholar athletes. So sit back and enjoy the excitement. It's time for Luzerne County Community College's Friday Night Rivals.
This is Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome inside Veterans Memorial Stadium. We are in Pottsville, Schuylkill County. Tonight, the Friday Night Rivals high school football season kicks off with a top 10 showdown as number 2 Shamokin battles number 9 Pottsville. A pleasant good evening, everyone. I'm Bob Ide, and welcome to another season of high school football here on MyTV WQMY. We want to thank Luzerne County Community College for sponsoring and all of our sponsors all season long. And joining me once again for the 8th straight year, my partner, Jan Cechak, from former Tunkhannock area coach Vincent Goldschmidt will be on the sidelines. We'll talk to him a little bit later on. And let's talk about Shamokin. One of the best years they've ever had in India's history, 12-1 last year. They're trying to repeat that this year. They have a great quarterback in Logan Steele. We'll talk about him during the game. We're going to see another awesome running back. Our figure-law spotlight player is Zakeem Clinton.
Zakeem Clinton, senior, running back, linebacker, rushed for 1,000 yards. He's 6 foot, 230 pounds, folks. He had 12 touchdowns. Defensively, he had 12 sacks last year, and he made first-team All-State outside linebacker as a junior.
Pottsville trying to pull off the upset. Mike Brendan's second year. They feel they're a lot more prepared to take on the Indians. They're going to need a big night from an all-stater himself. Another running back, our other figure-law spotlight player is Julian Bainbridge.
We have like mirror spotlight players tonight, Bob. Julian Juju Bainbridge, as he's known by with all his coaches and teammates. He's another running back. He's 5'10". He's 190 pounds. He's quick. He's got over 1,200 yards, 16 touchdowns last year. Defensively, Bob, 44 solos, 22 assists, and 3 tackle for losses.
Awesome. What a great way to start the year. So let's go to our Luzerne County Community College keys to the game. Up first, the Indians.
The Indians want to control that line of scrimmage, and they also want to win that turnover battle. Coach Brendan, on the other hand, he wants to control the line of scrimmage by consistently running the ball, and he wants to see how well his kids are conditioned the second half, because he felt last year they lost some games, close games last year, because they were too tired.
Weather's perfect tonight. How about
Great football.
Let's see if it's going to stay that way. Let's go now to Brian Schrader from the Fox 56 News. First at 10.
Hey everybody, beautiful weather for the first game of the Friday night rivals season. High pressure moving from the Great Lakes into the Mid-Atlantic will give us some quiet weather. Along with that, we will have sunny skies to start the game, 73 degrees by halftime, sunset at 7:51. Temperatures near 70 degrees with mostly clear skies by the end of the game. Temperatures will be near 68 degrees. We have that northwesterly wind becoming light and variable by the end of the game. We'll have the rest of your forecast coming up tonight, first at 10. We'll see you then. Enjoy the game.
Well, what a way to kick off our new season here in 2025. It's a Friday Night Rivals Top 10 Showdown. Number 2, Shamokin, takes on number 9, Pottsville. The kickoff is next. We are all set to go. Teams on the field, but we have to check in first with Vince Goldschmidt. Welcome to the crew, Vince, in our first Friday Night Rivals game. I know we're talking about a coach who has been here around a long time in this area.
Very excited for this first Friday Night Rivals game of the season and the first game of Mike Brennan's 27th season at the high school level. Joined the Crimson Tide a season ago, went 6-6, and in the same spot that they were a year ago, hosting the Shamokin area Indians. The Indians got the better of this Pottstown team a season ago, but nothing better for this Brennan team to upset the reigning District 4 Class 4A champions on their home field. Let's see how it goes tonight, guys. Back to you in the booth.
Yeah, Mike Brennan's really happy, and his team won the toss. They want the ball, so we are all set to play some Friday Night Rivals high school football here in the Skook. Colin Steinhardt, strong leg, tees it up, number 1. Back is Bainbridge and Durham. And we are all set to get this high school football season underway. Jan Seedchak, and we couldn't ask for a better game. A Friday Night Rivals Top 10 Showdown will kick things off. And we are underway in 2025. Back to Durham. He will take it, and he'll fumble it into the end zone. He has to bring it out. So that fumble costing Pottsville. They'll have the ball at their own 10-yard line. The good news for Pottsville is that they have a starting quarterback who has a year under his belt, Jan. Andrew Allen gets the call, number 3. He's a junior, 1,814 yards a year ago, 13 touchdowns and 9 interceptions.
He really did. He came into his own. He started to understand Coach Brennan's system last year. Now he's going to be the master and control of this offense right now. They've got their hands cut out for him. The nose tackle for Shamokin is Ian Glover. He is 6'2", 405 pounds. So he's definitely going to command double teams all night.
Absolutely. Brain Bridge Juju. We'll call him all night long. Next to Sidecar with Allen. This team averaged around 21 points per game in their 6-6 campaign. Back to Bainbridge, up the middle, off the left-hand side for a few yards for Pottsville.
Well, Shamokin runs that 3-4 defense, as do a lot of high school teams. And you'll see right here on the replay, they just go with the RPO off tackle, trying to get in there. And again, 57, even Ian Glover shed, and he just scraped down there and made a big hole in there, or excuse me, clogged that hole for a run.
As you might expect, this defense from Shamokin, very good last year, just 12 points a game. Given up 76 yards on the ground, 129 total yards per game. So it's going to be an uphill battle tonight for this team. Juju gets the take. He's up for only a yard. Good job on the inside. Coming up was Liam Montgomery, the junior linebacker.
Nice job there by Andrew Allen on this, where he's as a quarterback. Again, his job is to hand the ball off, but then he was lead blocking up inside there for Juju.
Pottsville's last game of the year, they lost to Southern Lehigh 41-34 in the District 11 semifinals. First playoffs they reached since 2016 for this Crimson Tide team. So a third down coming up for Andrew Allen. Some new receivers in there this year for Pottsville. They'll roll Allen out. He's got a guy on the wing, and that is Christian Alvarez, the big basketball player. Makes a beautiful catch. He's 6'4", 23 catches last year, and that is a Keystone Container first down.
Nice job on the rollout. Again, right from the get start, Alvarez had good separation. He just ran that out pattern and kept that separation to get that key first down to keep the Tide rolling.
Gain of about 14 on that pass play. We'll keep this drive going here early on here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Schuylkill County. Play will come in from the sidelines. Allen gets the call. Take a look at the starters momentarily. Hands it to Bainbridge on the run option. Only a couple yards. Bobby Whitmer in there on the tackle. A 250-pound junior up front for this team. The offense last year, as I said, 21 points per game. They averaged about 125 on the ground, 151 through the air, and 277 overall. They have 8 starters back, though, through the Crimson Tide. So 3 carries for Juju, make that number 4. He's looking for a gap. He can't find it. Good job on the inside by Xavier Paul. The sophomore linebacker shoots in, slows Juju down, picks up about a yard.
Again, they're going to be fighting. And again, Shamokin's defense is just really stout and tough. They're used to this good shed of the block. But again, I like the way that the running back is now keeping his head down and keeping those legs driving.
So another third down, second one of this drive here on their opening possession of the 2025 season for the Tide. Max Clues goes in motion. Allen looking. Quick pass. Over the middle. In and out of the hands of Donovan Durham, the junior. He had it on a little slant, and the Tide will have to punt.
Again, nice separation, and he kept that separation. He just couldn't hold on to that ball. You might attribute it to nerves. You could attribute it to the sun being in his eyes, but now they have to punt. Again, Coach Brennan wants to play good field position tonight, and he said one of the keys was try to control that line of scrimmage with the run game.
And one guy that's not going to come off the field tonight, Coach, is Andrew Allen. He's the punter as well. He's the kicker. He plays defense. We have a little first penalty of the season will be an illegal motion. It will back Pottsville up. But Allen, good leg in there as a punter. Good special teams could be a key factor in tonight's game. we have some new guys on both sides.
Well, it always plays in. It's always 1/3 of the game, and if you talk to Wyoming Valley Wyoming Valley Conference coach Rich Manello, you know how important special teams are.
Logan Steele back with Chase Gink to receive the Pottsville punt.
It's neat to see a quarterback that plays back into the secondary and also likes to return punts.
Joe, there's our referees here tonight from District 11. Gerchak is the referee in the white hat. Missichin, Gleedy, Doyle, Dragna, Godinick, and McDonald.
Start on the offense.
That was a long discussion for a false start.
It really was. I guess they were told to dot their I's and cross their T's
I guess.
tonight.
Maybe they thought someone moved. So Pottsville got 6 plays. They did get out of the shadow of their own end zone. They started at their own 10, but now they have to give it back over to this powerful Shamokin team. Nice line drive kick. Gink has it from 28. They'll give it to Logan Steele, and the speedster has some room on the right side. Steele into Pottsville territory. Logan Steele's going to go all the way for a 70-yard punt return. Touchdown. But we have a flag at midfield.
And I believe it's a push in the back.
Boy, we saw what Steele could do, but I think this is coming back, and Shamokin will have to take it on their side of the field. But, boy, what's some excitement in that punt return from an all-stater.
The way that young man, how smooth and the burst of speed he possesses, and when he can turn it on and turn it off.
Back. 13 on the return team. 10 yards from the spot. First down, White.
Well, the call was on David Fenix, the 5'9", 185-pound senior. He just got in the wrong place, wrong time, and he pushed him in the back. Well, Logan Steele, I mean, like I said earlier, that he's on offense, defense, and he returns balls.
Okay, here is Steele. Just took the punt return, but he'll be in at quarterback. Again, identical numbers, 18-14 for this quarterback. 25 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. First team All-State Logan Steele.
And again, he's just cool, calm, collected. He's getting some looks from some very wonderful Division I schools. Penn State, James Madison.
Ole Miss and Bowling Green.
Yeah.
To name a few.
And he also won, just to throw in there, long jump. He got gold last year.
Yeah, there are a couple track players on this Shamokin team. We'll talk about it all night.
Second in the 100.
One of the top relay teams in all the state. They are now some of the receivers. So the biggest issue coming in, the biggest question mark is who are going to be the receivers. They lost 3 great receivers. They have some speedsters in there, and now we have a timeout on the field.
Well, Bob, last year looking at Shamokin, they had a lot of their younger kids get a lot of playing experience because of the great season they had. So it's just a matter of who's going to be the number 1 and number 2 guy.
So quick timeout on the field.
Stick around at the end of the game for the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Again, at the end of the game, the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA.
So Tamala taken by Shamokin. Now the offense back on the field. We'll take a look at them shortly. On the Logan Steele, our figure law firm spotlight player, Zakeem Clinton, is the sidecar. They give it to Clinton, and the big running back up the middle for a nice gain of 5. It looks like the ball came out. Scramble for the ball on the grass here in Pottsville. Pottsville says they have it. And no signal yet. Second down. So Shamokin retains the possession. Boy, that would have been a huge turnover.
Well, that was right guard number 56, Bobby Whitmer, the 6', 250-pound junior that came up with that fumble recovery. Bob, to piggyback off of what you said with Zakeem Clinton, he's 225 pounds. That's a lot of young men to try to bring down. The ball did come out. Look at it. It was right there.
You saw the ball came out. They got right back on it, but a gain of about 6 on that for Shamokin. Averaged 34 points a game a year ago. This is Steele up the middle. Big push behind his big center, Isaac Glover. And a gain of 4. 1 yard left.
And that was a really nice design play. We call that the divide, where the quarterback flashes the ball in the RPO and then just follows his halfback, which happens to be 225 pounds of Zakeem Clinton. Plus, let's throw in 405 at the center.
405, yeah. Maybe the biggest player we've ever seen here on Friday Night Rivals over the 18 years. I guarantee I think it has.
But and he plays both ways, Bob.
Yeah, he does. That he does. Clinton in the middle. Good push. Makes a great move. Pottsville had him behind the line of scrimmage. They're inside Tide territory with the Keystone Container first down.
Boy, that was just determination and grit on Clinton's part right there to keep those legs driving. Watch this. They do a nice job. They bring in their slot receivers to block and the linemen. The Tide's there. They've just got to start wrapping them up. And again, a lot of nerves. First game, first quarter, first series.
Bobby Herndon, the senior, 70 total tackles a year ago, makes the stop for Pottsville, but it is a Shamokin first down. Steele's first pass, looking over the middle and a little bit behind his intended receiver. And that was Chase Gink, the senior running back. So Logan Steele works with Chris Henne.
Yes.
Famous name, popular name amongst quarterbacks. I mean, he's a Pennsylvania guy too, right?
Chad Henning, yes he is.
Chad, excuse me.
No, and Bob, that's where, just to get that insight from a former professional quarterback, to give you those little pointers that, a college coach or a high school coach wouldn't be able to do. Oh,
reverse. They're going flea flicker. Spiral pass down to Steinhardt. Pulls it in. Touchdown, Shamokin. 42-yard strike. Steele to Steinhardt. Indians on the board.
Well, that was just a little bit of a mismatch. Andrew Allen's only 5'9" versus 6'4" for Colin Steinhardt. Nice job with the trickery right back there. I thought it was just going to be a double reverse with their wing set, but nope. Coach Persing brings it out early, try to get his team going, and he did.
What questions about the wide receivers? I don't know what questions you're talking about for the Indians.
Questions? What questions?
6'4", 200 Steinhardt. Second in 300 hurdles a year ago in District 4, so he has the speed. He'll also do the kicking. He's going to catch his breath. You can see him right there, gasping a little bit.
He's allowed to, but they're tight ends, 6'2", 206. Then they have another wide receiver, Braden Cavanaugh, 6'2", 180 pounds. He's only a sophomore, so he's going to be getting some reps.
So Logan Steele, you can see there, also is the holder. They're taking the entire time off the clock to give him a little break. Steinhardt's kick is up and through. 6:27 left in the first. The Indians strike first. They lead 7-0.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
We are back. Nice drive put together by Shamokin. 5 plays, 60 yards after Logan Steele took a punt back, but there was a penalty on the play. So Steinhardt makes the catch. Ooh, big hit in there.
Number 5.
As Bobby Era, a junior, took the kickoff, and the Crimson Tide second possession will start just outside the 30, a little bit better than the 10.
Fall into your future at Luzerne County Community College's Northumberland Regional Center in Shamokin. Classes begin September 2nd with flexible day and evening options. Explore programs like nursing, criminal justice, business, psychology, and more. Don't wait. Enroll today at luzerne.edu.
So now Pottsville with a challenge, down 7-0. They trailed last year in this game 14-0, and then played the rest of the way pretty even before Shamokin pulled it out. Nowhere to go for Bainbridge, and Juju fighting for any yards he can. Shamokin shooting in, almost took him for a tackle for a loss.
Again, he got a tough 2 yards on that with his hitting and spinning, and he just, that, like Coach Brennan says, never say die, never give up. And he just keeps that going. You see that. They were pulling to the right. He bounced it back to the left.
Kessler, Arcardi, Baddock, Sophie, Cesari are the linemen up front for Pottsville. They're not big, but they can do the job.
They can. They get it done because of great leverage, and Coach Brennan, being a former offensive lineman, he knows what it takes to get that done.
Little reverse to Durham. Durham has room on the outside. First down and more up near midfield. Knocked down at the 48-yard line. Gain of 16 for Donovan Durham, the junior, and it is a Keystone Container first down.
It's a great job on this little end around here. But watch number 16, Christian Alvarez, doing a nice job shielding the defensive back to give him that couple extra yards downfield.
Little misdirection play, got Shamokin moving one way, kind of brought it back the other way. Good play call for Mike Brennan. Can't key on Juju all of the time. So Durham, last year 4 catches for 58 yards, doing it on the ground this year. Inside to Bainbridge. He has a little room on the outside. He's into the secondary. Steele makes the tackle, takes the hit. After a gain, they're going to give him about 6 yards. His knee went down at the 45 inside Indian territory.
Again, great job. They went with that orbit motion, which means that the slot back was coming back and went deep behind, trying to get that secondary to roll, which they did. They're declaring that they were playing a man concept in there, and just a nice job coming back to where the motion started.
Juju, a PSAC-type player, had 205 yards against Southern Lehigh last year, 2 touchdowns, and against the very good Southern Lehigh team. So a lot of PSAC teams looking at him, and why not, at 5'9", 195. It's an opportunity for Pottsville to match a score now. And we have a whistle and a delay of game. That's going to cost them 5 yards. Couldn't see the play clock. 4:14 left in this first quarter. So it's right at midfield. Now, they'll check, go to a huddle, and bring the play in.
And that's where Coach Brennan, he's looking for a little clarification right now. He called timeout.
I don't know if they got it in late or the play clock or something. Not a little bit of messed up here.
That would be on the coaches at that point, and that's why Coach Brennan wasn't upset with his players.
So both teams to call a timeout. You kind of expect that in a game, first game of the year. I mean, both teams scrimmage. So Shamokin looked very good against Central Columbia. We watched the film. Pottsville.
Mount Carmel.
A little slow start against Mount Carmel. A very good Mount Carmel team tonight.
Coach Dowers reloaded and ready to go for another great run there with the Red Tornadoes. Coach Brennan really is optimistic this year about this team. He feels good that they've spent the time in the weight room doing all the right things in the classroom. Just as Coach Persing said, almost the same exact things, that the only thing is that Shamokin last year 12-1, and they felt that their goals weren't met all the way. So now they're still on that journey to try to get to that state championship, be undefeated.
So down the line, up the line, where we want to say it, North Schuylkill leading Mount Carmel in that opening game 8-0. That's a first quarter score. We'll let you know throughout the game about that. So that's a big game, and no score between Haven and Blue Mountain just down the road here from Pottsville. So after the timeout, Andrew Allen brings them out. Here comes the blitz. Little quick out. He's got running room, and that is Nick Huda. But Huda takes a hit by an all-state quarterback playing secondary. And how about the hit by Logan Steele? Steele 46 total tackles last year and 5 interceptions.
Nice job with the swing pass. Swings it out wide. Good ball control. He just lassoed him around the neck and said nowhere.
What did you see from Steele in that speed? He tracked him down and took away, because it looked like he had some running room, but the speed took that away.
It did. And we as coaches, we would always work what we call pursuit drills. That wasn't a pursuit drill. That was a downhill, get your shoulder pads on him.
Allen down, almost picked off by Steele. Instead, goes right out of bounds. 3:20 left, and third down now on the way. Fourth down now for Pottsville, and it looks like Mike Brennan might lead the offense out there. Right inside Indian territory. He's going to roll the dice here on 4th and 5. So 14 on the clock, and they are going to punt. So Andrew Allen in. He is the quarterback, remember. I don't think we'll see a fake here. Allen just going to go to the sidelines, kick it away from Steele. And he takes a good bounce, and Shamokin will have it inside the 25, right at the 24 for their next possession, up 7-0.
Well, that's it.
So the line up front for Shamokin: Krieger, Anderson, Isaac Glover, Whitmer, and Velati will be the starting linemen for Shamokin. The wide receivers are Steinhardt, Kavanaugh, and Gink, and Kuzmak is the tight end, along with Sakeem Clinton. We talked about him. So they're your starters. There's Mark Persing, third season here, former player at Wilkes, coached at Lewisburg, and now guiding the Indians.
That offensive line for Shamokin averages 273 pounds across the board. And a little bit of an edge there, but again, Pottsville's front with their down 3 linemen is only 243.
So let's talk about Jay Skink. He's a senior. Last year, he ran also for 1,200 yards, 1245, 6 touchdowns, averaged 7.5 per carry. So Clinton got, some of the spotlight, but Gink actually got more carries last year.
He did, and the way that, the reason that we picked Sakeem was because of both sides of the ball and that he did have more touchdowns. They've got a loaded backfield. They've got a lot of skilled players over there at Shamokin, and it's a nice problem for Coach Persing to have.
Yeah, give Clinton a little break, quick out to Steinhardt. They played him off because he has a lot of speed. It's a Keystone Container first down, gain of about 9, past the 35, call it the 38. So you can see the quarterbacks playing back because of the speed of Steinhardt.
Yep, and again, the RPO is perfect because it freezes those corners a little bit. He's playing not a press man. He's back about 8 yards off of him to get that separation, but that's not a lot of time for that RPO to develop for that pass.
Alvarez in there now playing cornerback, I should say, this year. Gink with the carry up past the 40, give him 3 yards.
Oh, they just went with the outside zone to Gink on that. And Gink has the potential to break these because he's a smaller guy. And when I say that, he's 5'10", 160 pounds. He really just slips in there in between those gaps in the holes and makes things happen.
So Bainbridge, Herndon, Ira, and Kushwara are the linebackers for Pottsville. Kessler, Arquerda, and Cesari, the linemen. Steele dumps it off to Steinhardt, but the defense is right there. Minimal gain, brings up 3rd down.
That was great coverage by strong safety Andrew Allen, 5'9", 160-pound junior. I mean, a quick pass like that, right out there, rolling to the right. And look at this, perfect picture form tackle. Head across, arms wrapped, trying to drive. Nice job.
Just one returner in the secondary for Pottsville. 3 guys, all new back there. Huda, Allen, and Alvarez, all new to the secondary for Pottsville, but all played offense and are all great athletes. So we're under a minute to play in the first quarter. 7-0 you scored, Shamokin. They scored on their opening drive of the game. And a flag. This is going to back up the Indians 5 yards on the illegal motion.
False start on the offense. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down.
Joe Gerchak, our referee tonight.
That's a quick first half, 42 seconds to go in this quarter. Quarter.
Yeah, first quarter. First quarter of a brand new 2025 season. These two teams have high expectations. Shamokin, district champs in District 4-4A. They are the favorites once again out there. And, boy, they want to get past that Juniata lost a year ago in the first round of states.
Well, when we talk about getting over, last year's losses, that's where a lot of coaches will build upon saying, look, at this game, we didn't do this. We need to work on, A, B, or C.
Screen. Well read. Good defense. Bobby Eero, a junior, read it all the way. 4th down for the Indians.
I'd like the call going with the screen, but, boy, Bobby Eero did a nice job sniffing that out. And then last year he had 28 total tackles. So he's got some experience coming back as a junior outside linebacker.
And that will do it. When we come back, Shamokin will punt it away back to Pottsville. The Indians 7, Pottsville 0 on the opening night of high school football in northeastern Pennsylvania.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bath Fitter on MyTV WQMY.
Welcome back to Friday Night Rivals. The Shamokin Indians up 7-0 as the second quarter begins. And for those who don't know about Pottsville, the two things they're most notable for, beer and football. And for the latter, they're celebrating the 100th anniversary of one of the most infamous cases in NFL history. Alongside me, we have Mr. Maroon, Greg Yetko, dressed up in the old school gear. So for those who don't know, who are the Maroons?
No, the Pottsville Maroons were actually an NFL team back in the 1920s, believe it or not. They were in the NFL from 1925 to 1929, and right now we're celebrating their 100th anniversary of their championship back in 1925 that was stolen away from them. You could read up on that story a little bit more in some of the books that are out there.
Now, you're in old school gear, rocking the leather helmet. How did this character come to be?
Well, we were looking for something to represent the Maroons and our initiative to try to get the word out there about our cause. And I just went online and kind of created my own costume. I had a guy in Texas handmade this helmet for me. I found a place to make the jersey and got the shoes and the pants with it as well. This is one of the more favorite characters that I have that's part of the story. Walter French. He was one of the only guys that I know that won a World Series in 1929 with the A's and an NFL championship with the Maroons in 25.
So if you didn't know about the Maroons before tonight, now you do. Greg, thanks for joining me. Guys, back up in the booth.
And Jan, did you wear that helmet when you played?
No, we didn't have helmets back then.
Oh, okay. I was just making sure.
That would explain
if you
a
want
lot.
more information on the Maroons, Schuylkill Historical Society, Google Pottsville Maroons. They were supposed to win the championship in 1925. It was taken away. Big controversy. The NFL still talks about it today. 100th year. They're trying to get them back the title, which they think was stolen away from them 100 years ago. So find out more information on that. And we want to thank Greg for joining us in costume tonight.
And that's what a tribute to the entire town of Pottsville. Well, we saw a real nice punt return by number 2 there, and then Nick Huda, and then a nice run right there.
So third down for the Crimson Tide. Here comes the Indians defense. Allen gets it away, and Pottsville will be forced to punt one more time. Good job by the secondary for the Indians.
Really?
Shutting down their wide receivers.
They did a great job with that shutdown secondary. He had all the time. He had a good 5 seconds to throw the ball. No one to throw to, so he ended up getting flushed out, and he just smartly, Bob, just like did that little quick pitch forward, which is an incomplete pass.
What do you think Pottsville has to do now? You know, they had 6 plays, now they have 3 plays. I mean, they got to obviously get the ball to Juju a little bit more, and somehow they have to figure that out, right?
To be more creative, again, maybe put him in that slot position, wide out.
Logan Steele has the ball. Flag down, should be a face mask. Steele had some room on the left-hand side. You can see the athleticism from number 4, especially if they're putting him back here for punts. And he's knocked down at the 40, but they'll add on to that.
The way that he has that burst, he turned it on, turned it off, turned it on. And when he did that, again, he just had the defender in a bad position, hence the face mask.
5-yard face mask. Number 30, red. Be first attacked on, 5 yards, first down, Shamokin.
So just a 5-yard variety, but the Indians will have the ball up 7-0, but really good field position begin this drive in the second quarter. So the Pottsville defense going to be tested on this drive to keep the score pretty close going into halftime.
Well, one thing that's the difference so far in this first quarter going into the second quarter is speed. And, Bob, I learned this a long time ago from Michigan State's head coach. He said, boys, I was at a clinic, and he said, let me tell you about speed. Either you got it or you're chasing it. And right now I feel as though Pottsville's chasing it.
Little end around. This is good defense from Pottsville. What a hold. Crimson Tide. Back on defense. Loss of 10.
That was a great job by Logan Kessler, number 54. Nose guard, Edwin Arcardi, doing a nice job. And that's the defensive line getting great penetration, maintaining their lanes, and not over-pursuing.
Speaking of speed, Ryan Bickert, who had the ball, second to the 200. He was in the relay that won the gold. He couldn't get anywhere to see the speed on that one. He was going the wrong way, and a big loss for Shamokin. Brings up a long down on second. So Pottsville now with an opportunity to get the ball back possibly. But you still have Logan still at quarterback. Clinton next to him and delay of game. So this 25-second clock, it's rolling quick this year.
It is, and they can see it. It's not a matter of the sun being in the way that they couldn't. But, and again, the official in the backfield secondary, his job at 5 seconds is to put his hand up.
So a loss of 5 there. Second and 23 now. Both teams have 2 timeouts. They use one each in the first quarter. So what have you seen so far in this first game from both teams? Jan.
I've seen
besides speed for Shamokin.
Shamokin's just doing some things. They're doing, again, the trick play they did. And again, Pottsville came back trying to do it in there. And then you see this. They
Clinton,
go with misdirection.
Little misdirection, as you talked about, inside Tide territory. Gets a lot of yardage back up to the 49-yard line. So gain of 17.
Here you go, 32 coming across with that. It was more of a jet motion, comes through, and look at that. Again, the only thing I would tell that young man is put the ball in the opposite hand. That's the only coaching point I would tell him to do. Because, again, the defenders are coming towards that ball, and they're taught to punch at it.
Logan Steele getting the play from his coach, Mark Persing, his third season. There you see big Isaac Glover, 6'2", 405. He's the center. Trying to get a little bit of air. First game is always conditioning a factor. Mike Brennan talked about that later in the game. He thinks his team is much more well-conditioned, so we'll see how that happens. Steele rolling, trying to get to the outside. He's going to pull it in. Can he get the first down? Ripped down from behind. Hell, and a late flag.
I wonder if they're going to call a horse collar on that.
Strinkowski got him, maybe a horse collar call.
Coach Brennan right there saying, really, come on. But that's what the initial
personal foul. Horse collar, 15-yard penalty from the spot, and as a result, it'll be a first down. Yep.
It is a Keystone Container first down, and boy, almost a great defensive stop. Look at it again. I thought it was a horse collar from.
I mean, he just reached out and.
Yeah, it was close. It was close to the shoulder. But.
And again, the officials always have to side with safety on that. Now, what was interesting on that play was it was the same backfield motions as the prior play, except this time now we're going to roll out with one of the fastest kids in the state of Pennsylvania with the football.
Oh, Steele, by the way, not only was a first team All-Stater in football, how about in track? Won the long jump and was second in the 100. Just to add a little bit to his resume from 2024. And, folks, he's only a junior. So that was his sophomore year. So we're getting to see some high talent here tonight for Shamokin. Ranked 7th in the state in 4A. Clinton up the middle. Has room and knocked down right before the 25-yard line, gain of about 6.
And that was Barrett Walsh on the handoff right there playing Q. And they said Logan Steele, they were going to try to put him in different spots to see how Pottsville reacted. Pottsville didn't push the panic button. They're playing their base defense. They're 3-4, and they're just doing a nice job covering the routes. Again, you see Logan Steele now going out as the split end, the top of your screen.
Yeah, Barrett Walsh, just a sophomore, 5'10", 1 for 5 last year. As you mentioned, Steele out far side. Steele goes in motion. They're going to get him the ball. He's going to look to pass. He's looking downfield. Steinhardt there. Well covered. Stronowski there along with Alvarez, knocked out of bounds. A little trickery, but the secondary wasn't fooled.
No, again, that's discipline right there. They must have, obviously, they know that they were going to try to do this, get the mismatches. I'm just really interested to see how, or I'd love to ask Coach Persing, what was your thought process? Why are you getting Logan Steele? He's the fastest kid. You know he can throw. He's just got it all over there.
So this Pottsville defense gave up 167 yards on the ground, 131 through the air, and 298 overall last year. 2 points per game. Tried to improve on that. It did have 12 interceptions. Steele up the middle, little quarterback draw, and behind his big center, he's going to pick up a Keystone Container first down inside the Santarelli Oil red zone for the first time tonight.
Again, Logan Steele, 5'11", only 170 pounds. Now, I say only. He still has another year in the weight room. And the offers that came in early, like I said, JMU, Ole Miss, Penn State, Bowling Green, all top-notch schools, they see something in them that they can't coach, and that's that speed.
So now Indians try to add on to their 7-0 lead. Clinton, nice cutback behind his big offensive line. He's going to get inside the 10, close to another Keystone Container first down.
Well, 225 pounds. Again, they keep feeding him the rock. They're going to get tired on defense, and that's what's happening right now. Just the physical mismatch, and now that they just keep feeding him that ball, it's going to be wearing and tearing on him. And Coach Brennan was worried about that.
I mean, Shamokin last year, Chase Pencil was Mr. Everything for this Indians team. He's moved on, as well as the 3 wide receivers, but they have enough back to contend for not only a district title, maybe a state title, and they're feeling it. They know how to win now.
Yes, they do.
And behind Steele, anything is possible. So it's a first down, first and goal. Steele up the middle behind Glover. Glover with a big push to the 5.
Second and goal right now. And again, he is such a threat with his arm and his legs. Now you got that defense in a bind. What's he going to do? They have to play base. The only advantage they have right now is there's not a lot of room for their wide receivers to work.
Shamokin in no hurry, trying to give their offensive linemen a little bit of a break. Pottsville has to run a guy off. Clinton is stealing the backfield. They give it to Clinton, the big running back. Puts his head down, makes a move, and it's a touchdown for Shamokin. Making it look easy from the 4. Clinton gets his first of the game, and the Indians increase their lead.
Nothing fancy about that, but like Corey mentioned, the guy who's over 6 foot and 225 pounds coming at you, it's kind of difficult to stop. It's almost like running downhill with the momentum.
Remember, this drive started with a play that went 10 yards backwards, Coach.
It did, and what also helped them was the 15-yard horse collar, but their offense is really clicking really well. Talking with a couple of different coaches from the passing scrimmages, and they said Shamokin was able to mix it up with their speed and their height, and they're doing a nice job with that tonight.
9 plays, 60 yards. Shamokin leads 14-0 here on my TV.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on my TV WQMY.
Welcome back. The Indians leading 14-0 in this opening game of Friday Night Rivals here in 2025. Alongside me, we have Adam Klinger of the Pottsville area fan section. Adam is a senior. And Adam, what are you going to miss most about Friday Night Lights? Got the first game, one final season, very vocal. What are you going to miss most?
I'm going to probably miss the student section the most. I'm going to miss painting every night. I'm going to miss cheering every night. They're just fun nights. They're long nights. Everybody has fun. Should have fun at least. And it's a great time as always.
Well, let's make it even better time. Let's get the fan section riled up for the Dr. Todd Smile Cam. Get the fan section going, Adam.
Get loud!
Oh, boy. First one of the year, a little disappointing, Coach.
It is.
We'll go give him a halftime speech. Their team's down. Their team is down 14-0.
It is, but
still, you got to show some energy. You only get 5 home games.
The players feel that too.
I know. Well, you saw the play on the field. Durham had the kickoff again. He's having a little rough time back there on special teams. So all the way at the 16-yard line, that's where Pottsville will start this drive, down 14-0. Want to get something going here before the half, because Shamokin gets the ball to begin the third quarter. They have 5 minutes to do so. They got to get Juju going.
Now he's got to come out. His helmet came off. He's got to come out for a play. They just ran a base ISO play, and they're just trying to get something going in there, some consistency, which is what Coach Brennan was looking for, to be able to control that line of scrimmage.
Hey, North Schuylkill leads 16-7 over Mount Carmel. For an update.
Wow.
And that Allen looking, trying to get somebody on the outside, has someone over the middle, has his tight end open, just missed him.
I love that when you get the tight ends involved. That was Max Clues, number 21. He's 6'2", 215-pounder junior. All he did was he just did a drag pattern from his tight end position from the right side of the screen, from the top of your screen, all the way across into your living room. And again, quarterback Andrew Allen has time to throw the ball. It's just that the secondary of Shamokin is really playing a very tight defense on him.
Schuylkill Haven leads Blue Mountain 6-0 in the second quarter. So 3rd and long now again for Pottsville. They've only completed 1 third down, I think, tonight. Little screen pass to the outside. Bainbridge has a lot of room on this side. Juju's off to the races. Makes a move. Going to be tackled from behind. What a play call from Mike Brennan. Going to be tackled right at midfield. Gain of 33 on a screen pass.
And I'll tell you what, right there, Andrew Allen showed true grit. He knew number 10's coming off the edge, right in his face, unblocked. And again, Juju, get the ball in the other hand. That's off. Nice job. He's off to the races. Way to get right at midfield and get Pottsville back into this game.
Montgomery chasing him from behind. Almost got that ball. You know, that's a pet peeve of mine.
Mine too.
Put the ball on the outside, Juju. But what a gain for a Keystone Container first down. Let's see if this gets the Crimson Tide going. Bainbridge. What a spin. Breaks out of 1 tackle from behind. As Paul was in the backfield, but finally gains 6. I'd like to see Allen maybe keep it a couple times.
I think that's what they're setting it up for. But again, Andrew Allen being very unselfish as a quarterback, he's reading the mesh, and he's then following up through, trying to lead block for his teammate.
3:20 and counting here in the first half. Pottsville trying to cut into this lead for halftime. 2 positive plays in a row. Can they keep it going? Great hand off to Eero. Eero, space in the middle, has a Keystone Container first down up to the 21-yard line, gain of 22.
Boy, number 71, Eli Accardi, and Bryce Sophie, number 58. The guards both pull, do a nice job on that. Sophie, being the right guard, kicks out, and then you have Eli Accardi pulling up in through, doing a nice job for Bobby Eero.
3:02 left. Shamokin wants a breather. They will call their second timeout of the night. 3 positive plays for the Tide. They got things rolling, mixed it up a little bit. And another junior. There's 19 juniors on Mike Brennan's team this season, and they're going to pay dividends.
It really will, especially. Again, we can't talk about next year. We can't talk about next week. We have to talk about the business at hand, and that is to try to get a score right now.
So let's take a look at Division I, how it stacks up this year in the Pennsylvania Heartland Conference. You have Shamokin, probably the favorite. Jersey Shore beating Dallas tonight. They have to replace Bo Seacrest and his 123 tackles. Central Mountain winless last year, trying to get on the board. Shikellamy has a brand new coach, Mike Hoover. Williamsport back into District 4, sub-regional champs from last year. First time since 2016 there. Giovanni White in there. And Selinsgrove, Wyatt Teets, finally healthy. We'll see Selinsgrove later on this year against Berwick, but if he stays healthy,
watch out.
And they played a lot of young guys last year, you got to watch out for those Seals, and that's the PHAC here in Division I. Tide have the ball. They play in the Schuylkill Colonial League. They hand it off in the middle. We'll take a look at that later on. Now they'll compete in that league. Now that will break up this year. Schuylkill Colonial, and Schuylkill will go their own way again. That means Pottsville has 5 games in the Schuylkill League. They'll find 5 other games, and we're hearing Mount Carmel, Shamokin, Williamsport, maybe. Is that what Coach Brendan said?
Yes, he did. And what I'm looking at right now is that Juju's been out the last 3 plays. So I don't know if there was a problem with his helmet when it came off.
Allen back, has plenty of time. Looking, serving. Going to the end zone. Knocked away by the 6'4" Steinhardt. He needed all that length to bat that one down.
Well, I think Coach Brennan, he found what he wants to do now, and now they just have to start completing these passes. I mean, there's time for the quarterback, for Andrew Allen to throw. He's just got to make those connections.
Juju is on the sidelines right behind coach. Looks like he's ready to come back in. Maybe just getting a breather. So a critical third down here. Figure it's 2-down territory.
Absolutely.
Here to get the first. But they're 7 seconds on the play clock.
And they've used 2 timeouts already.
Allen gets the snap. Has some time. Looks to his left. Has Alvarez. Alvarez breaks 1 tackle, almost a second, gets inside the 10, close, and it is. It is a Keystone Container first down. Good job from Pottsville. Gain of 14, pick up that first down.
Well, again, they're right at the 14-yard line. Nice job. Quick pass. He's not waiting back. Good separation. The secondary on there, number 1, he's just hanging back a little bit. That's Colin Steinhardt. Again, he knows he can play it, and his closing speed's good.
Alvarez, the 1,000-point scorer on the basketball team, one of the best in the state. Playing a little football and doing his job. So an opportunity here now for the Tide. Inside the Santarelli Oil red zone. Juju breaks the tackle, and he's in for a Crimson Tide touchdown.
Well, maybe that's what Mike Brennan wanted to do. Juju, relax. I need you to get 100%. I don't want 90, 95. I want 100%. And you saw the dividends paid off by giving him that break. Right in there. Just RPO, just outside zone. Great job, great vision, good ball security.
How big is that drive? 9 plays, 84 yards for the Tide. Feeling it on that drive. Trying to cut this lead in half here at home. Allen, the PAT. His first one of the season is up and through. And the 9th-ranked Crimson Tide cut the lead in half from the 2nd-ranked Shamokin area Indians. It's now 14-7, 94 seconds left in this first half.
That's exactly what Coach Brennan needed. He needed this team. He needed fans to get back into it. The cheerleaders, the band started playing. This is what high school football is about.
So here's Juju coming off the bench, as you said.
Outside zone. And you saw what was nice was number 21, Max Kluse, a tight end. He kind of just faded back, which frees that linebacker, which he didn't know what to do. And then he accelerated into the linebacker, and that's what sprung Juju in there.
1,128 yards last year, 16 touchdowns, trying to add on to that. That's his first of the season, and it's a big one here at home at Veterans Memorial Stadium. So now, if you're the Tide, you cannot give up anything big here. You squib it, or are you kicking it all the way down?
I'd squib it.
I don't see Logan. I don't think Steele's in there on this particular. It's Bickert back, and it looks like Gink. It's Steele to start the game in that speed. He's done some punts, but maybe they're giving him a little bit of break before they bring him back on the field, trying to get another one in for a touchdown here. Of course, Shamokin last year, last game, 27-7 loss to Juniata, first round of the states, after winning their first title in District 4 since 2011. Maybe a little bit of a hangover there for the team. Great kick. Goes into the end zone, and that's just what the doctor ordered. It takes a bounce back. And they're going to say they're going to say out of bounds.
It did. It actually bounced at like the 6-inch line.
Right. I thought it was going to go out of the end zone. What a kick by Allen, though, to get it that far. And then it had a little bit of backspin on. Even the referees laughing about that one.
Well, again, for the first game of the year, you're seeing a lot.
Okay, here we go. Oh.
Wow.
A lot of English on that backspin.
That really was. I don't know how
If you're a golfer, that'd be great. Yeah. Right?
Illegal procedure, kick out of bounds at the 1-yard line against the kicking team. Ball will be spotted at the 35.
So a break for the Indians. 1 timeout left, 1:26 left in this first half. And we have the Manuka Subaru halftime report coming up. Okay, so here comes Shamokin and Logan Steele. Low snap. Gink has it. Pottsville's right there to make the stop. Keep the clock rolling. Gain of about 5. Nice tackle in there by Kushwara, 5'10 senior, who hasn't played since 7th grade, Mike Brennan said. He gets a start.
And he said that the kid was hungry to play.
Yeah.
He saw what was going on, and he bought into the program, and it's paying dividends for that. For him, somebody that hasn't played for 4 years, that's pretty neat.
And to get a start. Steele. Off to the side. Nope, sorry. That was Walsh to Logan Steele. Steele lined up as a wide receiver. We said we might see that tonight. So Walsh gets his first completion. Gets it out to the All-Stater and Speedster. Gain of about 11.
And defensively, that was played really well. The defender on that did a nice job. Nick Huda just kept him right up in front of him. He didn't let him get outside.
Sakeem Clinton right up the middle behind Glover, and he's well inside Tide territory down to the 36-yard line.
Clock's stopped right now for the first down, but as soon as that stick gets set, it's going to start running.
Gain of 15. Well, big block. There you see Isaac Glover making the first hit. And Walsh going to just put it down. Again, 1 timeout left for the Indians. So good play right there. But with Steele on the field, anything is possible.
He can break that game wide open just with that speed of his. So where do you put him? At the Q? You put him at the slot? Put him at the split?
Well, at Pottsville, you just don't want to give up a touchdown. Steinhardt has a strong leg. I think Pottsville just called a timeout.
They did.
And they did. So Steinhardt has a strong leg. We've seen it in practice. So they're going to be within field goal range. And that's, if you're Pottsville, that's what you got to get out of this. You can't give up a touchdown, right?
Well, it's just going to be a 2-play call. First, if we don't get the first down, we're going to call timeout. Let's get the field goal team out there. That's what That's how I would believe what Coach Persing's going to talk about with his huddle. And right now, Coach Brennan's going to say we got to just keep them right here at the line of scrimmage. Play a little bit softer on your secondary. Don't get beat by number 4.
Well, a little bit of a surprise. Our top team in Friday Night Rivals had a tough time tonight with Blue Mountain, tied at 6.
Wow.
At the half, right down the road.
Well, Blue Mountain, Bob,
they have a brand new coach.
When
yes?
we went last year to the media day, they were pretty encouraged with where the program was heading.
And then they got a new coach way in the offseason, a coach who was there years ago. The other score, North Schuylkill now leads Mount Carmel 24-13. North Schuylkill ranked number 8 in our FNR top 10. So after the timeout, it's Steele in motion. Faking him, get to Clinton. Clinton up the middle, taken down, has to hold on to the ball. He's got to watch. He already has a fumble tonight, but they did get it back. And I think Mark Persing will call his final timeout.
He did.
With 8 seconds left.
Now the ball's placed at the middle of the field. So that was a design play, I would imagine, design play for your field goal kicker straight down. But, Bob, you mentioned golf. If I was the one kicking, it would be slicing.
Well, yeah, we all slice it. That's when you got to line up to the left, thinking, and then when you line up to the left, what do? You hit it straight.
Yeah.
That's what our golf is. But Steinhardt on the grass, a little bit different than kicking off the turf.
Oh, big time. Especially, Bob, I was talking to you about the turf, not the turf, the natural grass here in Pottsville. It's a little high, too. So that does affect your kicking. Yep. You can put the block down, but still, it's not.
Well, they're not going to line up for a field goal. A little bit surprising. They're going to line up and try to get a first down. 8 seconds left. You try to get a couple yards back quick.
I think he's going downtown.
Walsh was the quarterback. They get it out to Steele, and Steele, a little turnaround, has a Keystone Container first down inside the 25. 3 seconds left.
Well, gave him a little bit more life, gave him that first down, but I'm okay, Coach Persing, what do you got planned? Again, quick pass. Look at that sidearm sling. Looked like a la Kenny Stabler in there, the way he just dropped that shoulder and got that ball in between the defender.
Walsh looking pretty good. They're going to leave the offense back on. Nope, they are going to line up Steinhardt for a field goal now from the 31, so it'll be a 41-yard field goal. 3 seconds left before the half. The Indians try to add on to their 7-point lead. Steinhardt, we know he's a strong league. High snap. Steele brings it down. Almost blocked. I think they may have gotten a hand on it. Well short. And that's the way the half will end. Pottsville happy about that one. They have a little momentum going into the locker room, down 14-7. So coming up in our Manuka Subaru halftime report, we'll check in on the Fox 56 News first at 10. Luzerne County Community College has a school right down the road. We'll introduce you to that, the Northumberland Center. And then we'll be back to have our check presentation and plays and stats of the first half. Vince Goldschmidt trying to get Mark Persing. See what his thoughts going into the half. I would think he liked the first quarter, not so much the second quarter, but we'll have to see what Vince comes up with him and Mark. Let's go down now with Vince, with the coach of Shamokin.
We had a safety in the long alley, which led to an open gap, and that's typically when break runs occur on the defensive side of the ball. So we just need to clear up our running lanes and make sure it's fiddle.
Was going to say, we have a little bit of technical difficulty there with the interviews. At the half, there you see 14-7. We'll be back on the other side. Coming up next, the Manuka Subaru halftime report.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
Steve, can you hear me? Steve.
The Northumberland Regional Center is over 25 years old. I credit this center and Luzerne overall for my successes because I learned that, I could write. I went on to win a business plan competition against Nobel Prize winners, and I did that while I was still a college student actually, and I had all of these successes of my own. And so, I think I started to realize I wanted to come back here and kind of give back in some way. I know what it was like to be on the other side of the desk. So that's how every single student who comes in here, I try to view them that way. What would I do if I were in their shoes? And I try to kind of get inside their head to see what's the best way to help. And my staff does too. So we treat everybody who walks in the door really like family.
Everything that I've done at Luzerne has been amazing. The instructors make you feel at home. They know you by name. There's smaller class sizes, which makes it really easy to be able to talk to your professor, raise your hand, ask a question.
Our most popular program is our nursing program. It's an RN program. It's a highly acclaimed program at Luzerne County Community College, and we're so lucky to have it in this region. Criminal justice is definitely a top program choice here. Our business administration program, also psychology, is pretty popular, and of course early childhood education. We have a very nice early college population here where we have students from Shamokin Area School District, Southern Columbia, Shikellamy, Line Mountain, all the area school districts, and they actually get to take classes either here at the center or they can take classes at their high school. We have a learning center and a learning support specialist in that center where students can go in, they can work in small study groups, they can use the computers and print, or if they have any difficulty in math or science, they can go in there for tutoring support or to have their tests proctored. We also have a food pantry, so we get donations and we fill that up to the max every semester. They feel it from the moment they walk in. They're cared for, and it's true. It's not something, it has nothing to do with the programs we offer. It has nothing to do with anything except that we want to see every single person succeed. And a lot of them don't have it figured out, and they're nervous when they walk in the door. And by the time they leave, 2 years from that first moment, they're different people. And, that's what I want to tell them. We're here. Don't be afraid. Take the leap, and we're going to help you with the rest.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals. Welcome to the Manuka Subaru Halftime.
Hi, I'm Toby with NEPA Builders. Thanks for watching the game at home and listening to our message. We wanted to tell you about our Raising the Roof program. It's a partnership with Fox 56, 84 Lumber Company, and NEPA Builders to replace the roof for a family in need. Our Raising the Roof program is something that we came up with to support our community in a way that only a builder could. We believe that businesses have a responsibility to support their community the same way that they support us. Building a better Northeast is our motto, and this is just one of the ways that we do that. So if you're at home, what we're asking you to do, walk outside your door, look up and down your street. There's somebody that needs a roof that can't afford it. Visit our website, nepabuilders.com, nominate that person, and help us build a better Northeast.
Hello, I'm John Yudicek, president of Luzerne County Community College, proud title sponsor of the Friday Night Rivals football program. We want to thank the local communities, schools, and the student athletes who make high school football such a special tradition here in northeastern Pennsylvania. At Luzerne County Community College, we believe in the power of education, teamwork, and community. That's why we're so proud to support the Friday Night Football program and to donate $250 to tonight's homeschool. From all of us at Luzerne County Community College, thank you for letting us be a part of your Friday nights, and good luck this season.
And on behalf of Luzerne County Community College, we're happy to present $250 donation to the Pottsville High School. Pete Sanfilippo, the new high school director of athletics here in Pottsville, coming from Marion, on the field before tonight's game to accept the check. Time now to bring it back up into the booth. Jan reaching for his paper. Don't worry about it, Jan. Jan and Bob back. Hey, that touchdown at the end of half, how big is that for Pottsville?
For Pottsville, that's exactly what they want to do. Cut into that lead by half, cut it down, then have a good defensive stance, and they did. This is what Coach Brennan was liking and working for. He wants to see how they're going to be the second half, because he said they lost too many games in the second half last year, so their conditioning is going to be key. But, Bob, to start out, you know, Allen was only 3 for 10, which is not good in 54 yards. And Bainbridge was 8 for 82 with a touchdown, a key touchdown to get the Crimson Tide back into this game. And Steele, when he was under center, or I shouldn't say under center, when he was playing
quarterback,
he was 6 for 7 for 69 yards. Threw a great strike to Steinhardt. I mean, that was a wonderful pass. Steinhardt, 3 catches, 64 yards. And Clinton, he rushed 6 times for 88 yards.
So, Shamokin is what we thought they would be.
Right.
Pottsville's defense playing a little bit. So, let's take a look at some first half highlights, and then we'll talk about the second half first. So, they got on the board pretty quick in a flea flicker. Steele to Steinhardt, first possession of the game.
I mean, that's what, to open it up just to say, hey, we're here. We're going to pull all the stops out, get on the scoreboard first. And they come right back, and then you see this right in here.
Steele with the 5 yards right behind big Isaac Glover, 405 pounds. Give it to Clinton.
Clinton, and then just rushes it in. Like I said, 6 for 88 the first half. That's really 88 yards first half. Pretty good. But guess what? Here we go.
Pottsville drove right down the field.
Coming right down.
84 yards. 84 yards to Alvarez, and then the touchdown.
Right here, great run. They rested him for 3 plays, and I wasn't sure if what was going on. Does a great job right in there. Juju coming back.
Okay, so we already have a couple highlights here tonight for the Friday Night Rivals national highlights. But first, let's take a look back at 2024, and then we'll get you set for the second half here in Pottsville.
The best Thursday night lights and Friday night Rivals highlights from across the country.
He steps up, wants to go for it all up the right side and pulled down at the 20. Inside the 20 again is Katori Marion.
Power lifter guy. A lot of their offense in one block kick deserves another, right? Still loose. Alamo Heights has it, but still not out of bounds. We can get a couple of points here. Another pitch, and they've got room. Miracle on the Mississippi. You got to be kidding. It's Max Bacon.
Takes for himself now towards the left sideline, still on his feet, still up. Tic-tac closing. Third touchdown of the night as National Christian
This young man coming out to the field right now is Jackson Maynard. He is suffering from Duchenne's syndrome. His family has established the Little Hercules Foundation, which is something that helps the young man and raises awareness for what he is battling all across the country. A lot of points will be scored during the season in games, but none bigger than that one right there. Touchdown, Jackson Maynard.
Well, that was definitely the biggest touchdown of the year. He almost went out of bounds.
He almost did.
I wonder if the referee would have called that.
I don't think so.
I hope not.
Turned a blind
awesome.
eye.
Columbus, Ohio there all year long. We'll bring you highlights from around the country. Back here at home, hey, let's look at Division A of the Colonial Schuylkill League, the last year of it. North Schuylkill again beating Mount Carmel tonight. They're one of the favorites. Well, Northwestern Lehigh, state champs. A lot of guys back looking to make another state championship run. Southern Lehigh, the 4A champs.
Yes.
Of course, tough game with Pottsville last year. Blue Mountain tied now with Schuylkill Haven tonight with a brand new coach, Banger Jim Thorpe. And Tamaqua round out Division A of the Colonial Schuylkill League. Division A, last time we'll see that.
And again, a lot of good teams in there. And you notice the Lehigh teams that were listed, state champ and runners. I mean, that area is just well known for football and wrestling, and it just translates so well because you want your football players to wrestle because they learn that hand, eye, and body coordination, which is necessary for football.
Okay, let's bring it back here inside Veterans Stadium. Jan, what do you want to see? Shamokin gets the ball first.
Shamokin's going to do what Shamokin does. They're going to come out and they're going to get the ball in the best hands of their best athlete, and we know who that is, and he's just going to do an amazing job at quarterback, I think, is where we're going to see him. Crimson Tide's had a hard time trying to keep him at that quarterback position because he's that dual run pass threat. And then when you throw Clinton in there as a running back to help him out, that makes things way easier. Pottsville's got an uphill battle, though. They really do, because just the size of the offensive line is wearing them down. Clinton being 225 pounds. Fourth quarter is going to be huge for Pottsville to try to stay in this game.
And Mike Brennan likes their conditioning. He thinks they're a better conditioned team, and we'll see it in the fourth quarter because you're going to have to chase guys around on this Indians team in this third quarter, and then you have to see. So it will be Andrew Allen teeing it up, has a strong leg. We know we can kick it all the way down. So the Bath Fitter kickoff for the third quarter is up in the air. High kick taken from the 6 by Gink. Gink to the outside, pushed out of bounds, and he's taken down by Herndon right around the 29-yard line. So out comes Logan Steele. You mentioned his numbers in the first half.
And again, Logan Steele, threat at the quarterback with his feet and his arm, but then they put him at the wideout. He ended up, like I said, Steele was 6 for 7, 69 yards. So he's almost averaging 10 yards a pass in there. So he's getting the job done in the air and on the ground. He had a real nice job there, too. I'm trying to find those stats. I believe he had 43 yards from his quarterback position.
So Clinton lines up next to him. Gink goes into like a wing back. He'll take a block off to King. And Clinton taken down quickly. Good job by number 1, Bobby Ero.
That was a nice job defensively by the Crimson Tide. They didn't bite on that counter action. Clinton takes a jab step to the right, cuts back to the left. That was a design play. It wasn't him trying to juke in there. That was just a really well defense play.
So good play from the Pottsville defense against Shamokin. Plenty of time on the play clock. Both teams had a little bit of confusion with that in the first half. We had some delay of games. So Bickert sets up. Steele going to rolling, looking over the middle, and behind his intended receiver, Gink, and it goes incomplete. Vince Goldschmidt down on the field had a chance to talk to Coach Mike Brennan. And what does the Pottsville coach have to say, Vince?
Thanks, Bob. Coach Brennan, having a ton of confidence, finally got on the board with the late second quarter touchdown. Said it was a must-have, had to answer there. And he said he's not worried for the second half. He thinks his team's better conditioned, and it's going to be a test of wills. Now, what he talked about in the locker room said, we're right there. It's time for the defense to step up a little bit. Obviously, a ton of talent on the Shamokin side, but he has a ton of faith on his defense to make stops. And obviously, the offense started getting going late in the second quarter, so we'll see what happens in this second half. Guys.
Oh, fumble.
Fumble on the field. The Tide have the ball. Thank you, Vince. And on cue, great defensive stop. And coming up with it, looks like it was number 21, Coach.
Right in there. A good job. Punched the ball. He didn't quite have the ball secure. Number 71 did a great job. That's Edwin Accardi. Nice job with the junior punching that ball out. And who?
Cruz, I think, had the ball.
Yeah.
So a big defensive stop. Our first turnover of the game goes to Shamokin. The Tide have it. And a year ago, Coach Brennan brought it up. They were +8 in turnovers a year ago. So a big one here. Looking to tie this one up.
Great field position. This is what Pottsville and Coach Brennan wanted.
From the 28. Bainbridge cuts it up. Holds on to the ball and pushes forward for a gain of 8.
You saw Juju on that play right there. Just up. We got a flag.
And a late flag coming in.
Unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 21, White. Tack it on.
Wow.
Sakeen Clinton, the senior. Going to give Tide more yardage closer to the end zone to tie it up.
Got to be disciplined down there, boys. I know it's the first game. You just got a turnover. You don't want to end up giving, well, they did. They gave him 15 yards
yeah,
on
there
that.
you saw Logan Steele talking to him.
Yeah.
You see the leadership on this team, the junior talking to the senior. So that will be a Moravia Health first down inside the Santarelli Oil red zone all the way up to the 11-yard line.
Well, they still get a chance. They got four chances to get another first down, and they'd end up at the 1. That last play, what I was starting to talk about was Juju started to run past his block, stopped, cut back inside for a nice gain. Bobby
Eero up for about 3 yards. Got out of his first tackle. So that's what you're seeing a lot from these Crimson Tide running backs. They're making the first guy miss and breaking the tackles.
And the nice thing is they're not keying just on Juju right now. Bobby Eero is really stepping up. You see he's coming off the field right now. Nice job mixing up who's getting the ball.
Big Isaac Glover right in the middle. Bainbridge trying to use all of the 195 pounds and muscle. Doesn't get any yardage on the play. And right there is Montgomery. 70 total tackles and 3 for a loss last year.
You just see that he just tries to cut back. And boy, that's why he was an all-state linebacker last year. His closing speed, how big and strong he is. He gets the job done and really helps that Shamokin defense anchor it down.
Well, they got the play in quickly. Let's see if Coach Brennan likes the defense. Gonna fake it to Bainbridge. Got a guy in the flat. Okay, big hit from Bickert, on number 14.
Xavier Paul was the one.
Strankowski had it.
Look at this. They sent 2 guys off the edge. Great call. Dialed that up. But look at how fast. Oh, I'm sorry. That was number 5, Bickert. You were right, Bob. I'm sorry. I saw number 11 at the end. But Bickert came flying up.
So that brings up 4th down and 4. You can't get a first down at the 1, as we said. So Coach Brennan going to leave his offense on inside the Santarelli Oil red zone. Juju behind Allen. Trying to get Shamokin to jump. Snap it. Give it to Bainbridge. Juju to the outside. Bainbridge puts his head down. At the worst, he has a first down, but they're going to give him a touchdown. The side judge said the ball was in. Bainbridge breaking tackles. And Pottsville's within 1.
You said Bobby needed 4. He said, nope. Juju said, I'm taking my number 5 for that touchdown.
Look at this run.
Runs to the outside. 1, 2, 3, 4. And he just, well, a little bit of help there from 16. But you know what? That's all right. Alvarez was at the right place at the right time to help his team.
Need your friends there. Alvarez puts them in. That weightlifting in the offseason paid off there. So Allen can tie this one up. And Pottsville has scored. 14 in a row, we are tied here at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Schuylkill County. We'll be right back. 8:21 left in the third.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
So Pottsville ties it up, 4 plays, 28 yards off the fumble for Shamokin. Allen with a deep kick. Gink from his 4. Brings it right out. Pottsville right there. Number 30 brings it in. Harrison Chivarella with a big tackle. And boy, you can feel the momentum on the Crimson Tide side.
Stick around at the end of the game for the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Again, the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA.
Had quite a few stops. What will be the NHTSA stop of the game, we won't know till later on in this one. 14 all your score. After Shamokin had the ball to begin the third quarter, they fumbled. Pottsville just converted that into the tying points. Here comes Logan Steele. Steele back out to the left. Oh, Alvarez read that. He's been playing back all night long. Obviously, they told Alvarez to step up now, and he almost picked that one off.
And that was to number 0, Braden Kavanaugh, who kind of just, I don't want to say ran a lazy pattern, but there wasn't the oomph that you needed in there, and Alvarez did a nice job. Boy, he was sniffing that ball out. He could have had an easy pick 6.
Jason Gink next to Steele. They give it to Gink. Puts his head down, up for about 2.5, call it 3. Third down.
Again, Gink was just following the white and purple right in there. There's a massive amount of Shamokin Indians in there. Bobby Whitmer did a nice job pulling on that, the lead block in there.
So now, critical third down. Looks like Shamokin's offense is a little bit of quicksand here in the past couple possessions.
Their sense of urgency doesn't seem to be there. There's no spark right now. Logan Steele has got to make something happen. That's what they're going to lean on.
Remember, they missed a 41-yard field goal to end the half. Steele over the middle. Knocked away. Great defense by the linebacker. Oh, and that's Chivarella again, who made the tackle on special teams. And Mark Persing's team's going to have to punt.
Again, I like the play. It was just that drag pattern to the tight end. Gets himself open. The ball just wasn't where it needed to be for him to get that reception.
Kuzmak, 6'2", tight end, couldn't pull that one in. So the Tide on defense holding Shamokin again. So on 4th and 6, Indians special teams come out. 10 on the play clock. They better watch they don't get a penalty. It'll be Steinhardt who does the kicking.
Well, they just reset the clock.
Okay.
I was like, because it was down to 4 seconds, Bob, when you said that. And I'm like, they're going to get called, but they reset it.
Allen and Huda back to receive. The lefty, high hanging kick into the lights. Allen pulls it in, makes a fair catch, and that's where the Tide will have it. Good field position at their own 38.
Fall into your future at Luzerne County Community College's Northumberland Regional Center in Shamokin. Classes begin September 2nd with flexible day and evening options. Explore programs like nursing, criminal justice, business, psychology, and more. Don't wait. Enroll today at luzerne.edu.
So last year, Shamokin only gave up 39 yards to Pottsville on the ground. Tonight, a lot more than that
in the first
half.
So
far in this quarter, 2 quarters and a half. So what a difference year 2 makes under Coach Mike Brennan. Did it at Danville, did it at Mount Carmel. Tried to do it here at his alma mater. Bainbridge trying to get a block. Can't get out of the big Isaac Glover's paws. 405-pounder pulls him down after a 2-yard gain.
Nice job by Glover to scrape down the line of scrimmage, make that tackle just for a short gain. But Bainbridge in the first half had 82 yards. And like you said, Bob, last year they didn't have that total.
Glover has got his hands on his side, plays both ways at center. The big All-Stater, it's senior. First team All-State defensive tackle a year ago, 46 total tackles and a loss. 1 for a loss. Here's the reverse. Here comes Donovan Durham. Durham to the outside, taken out by Steele, but it's a Moravia Health first down all the way to the 49-yard lines of Shamokin, gain of 11.
Exactly what Coach wanted to do. He said we're going to be getting the ball to different playmakers' hands. Double reverse there on that end around. Nice job by Dorian getting that up there.
What's changed for Pottsville from the first quarter until now? From the second quarter, I should say.
I think just the momentum and the confidence they gained that we scored. Okay, now the defense has stepped up. So now that confidence is just built all around, in all 3 phases.
6-6 a year ago, ended in the district playoffs. Great experience for a young team. 19 juniors. Bainbridge. He has speed. He gets away from Montgomery in the backfield and finally comes out to gain 2. But there could have been a tackle for a loss there easily by the Indians.
And Shamokin dialed up an all-out blitz on that. Every gap was filled, and you saw the linebackers coming in. Now we have a cramp coming on for number, I think that's 5.
Yeah. Bickert.
Yep.
And here's what Shamokin faces next week. They will head up to Lake Lehman. Or should they will host Lake Lehman. Lake Lehman, last check, was beating Berwick. And we'll check on that. Then they go to Shikellamy. Jersey Shore was winning tonight. Central Mountain looking for their only win. Selinsgrove, again, an improved team. Williamsport Lewisburg was losing to Line Mountain tonight. Loyalsock was losing, and Mount Carmel was losing to North Schuylkill. So Shamokin.
Berwick is now ahead of Lake Lehman 17-7.
Again, Shamokin with 10-0 last year in the regular season. Won the 2 playoff games, but lost in the first round of states. And, that's what we expect. But right now, they're in a dogfight in week 1. 14 all the score. 5:51 left just in the third quarter. And as expected, in a pretty hot night here in Schuylkill County, some cramping going on.
Well, and Bob, over the last few years, we've seen, pickle juice. We saw mustard.
We've seen a lot of mustard. Yeah.
So, again, these young men, they've conditioned. They went through HEDAC. He's up on his own, but you can tell that's one heck of a Charlie horse cramp he's got in that calf.
Yeah, so that is a junior. Bickert, 53 total tackles last year, 2 interceptions. So he'll come out as the starting quarterback, so they'll bring somebody else in. And a lot of water going around out there.
Coach Brennan talked about second half conditioning, how his team's going to not let go. They're not going to get down because they're not going to be out conditioned this year. The one thing you can't count on is that hydration factor and the crampage.
So back down on the field. Second down facing Pottsville. Scored the last 14 points in this game. Fake it to Bainbridge. Try to set up a screen again. They do to Strakowski. This time the Indians are there. Steele there. Montgomery there. They read that well. Gain of 1. Third down now and long.
Trying to outrun Logan Steele. Not really the best drawn up. He's just got too much speed, and great job by Liam Montgomery in there, too, from his middle linebacker position. He read that, flowed perfectly, great position, and then when you have a speedster like Steele coming down, helping you out, makes for a long evening.
27 years for Mike Brennan, over 170 wins in his career. Trying to do it here, turn this Tide program around. Year number 2. Allen. 5-man rush over the middle. And it goes incomplete. Looking for Christian Alvarez, the 6'4" wide receiver. And fourth down. I think the punt team will come on. They will. Allen goes back to do the punting.
Well, Allen knew. He knew on that one he just overthrew the ball on that. He wishes he could get that back. But that's the problem with high school football.
Yeah.
I mean, they're
first
kids.
Week, too.
Yeah,
first week. This is a great test for both teams as they head to some more non-conference games. But
well, I mean, to start out with, state runner-up team in the playoffs, come on. But that's what Coach Brennan and that's what Coach Pershing want. They want to play the best.
Allen angling away from Gink and Steele. Goes out of bounds, and let's see where they're going to mark it off. Up past the 15. He's still going. And they're going to talk, and I think it's going to be right around the 21-yard line. That's where they'll place it, and that's where Pottsville will have the ball. 4:36 left in the third. Right at the 20-yard line. So, again, last year, Shamokin won 27-13. They took a 14-0 lead. Pottsville battled back. But these two teams didn't meet for 11 years, Coach.
Really? I didn't realize that.
2013 was the last one. Pottsville is owned in the 2000s. They pretty much owned this series, with the only win coming last year. But before that, and when they were in Eastern Conference teams, these two teams played every year. Now they're expected to start this tradition again next year. Steele got a knee, but it is a Moravia held first down. I just thought in my mind, if this was turf, he's gone. I mean, that grass, you mentioned how high that grass is before the game. And, it takes that does a job, right?
It does
something. That really slows him down.
Now with it getting cool out, it's a little slick. The grass is going to get a little bit of that, dew on it right now, and that hurts. Now we have another cramp
right now. That is Juju down with a cramp. So Bainbridge now gonna get some work on from the athletic trainer. So this is week 1. We have how many more weeks left? 11 weeks left. We will be at wilkes-barre. So an hour and a half ride tonight from the station. A 5-minute ride on
well,
next
let's
week.
throw 10 with that one traffic light.
A little traffic over to Wilkes-Barre. Hey, we saw that game last year. Stroudsburg,
it was a very great game.
And Wilkes-Barre was losing to Whitehall tonight. Stroudsburg looked for their score. They were playing well in Paw Pack. Then we have Wolf Forge Mid-Valley, Lackawanna Football Conference, Division III. And then we're back to the Wyoming Valley Conference. Tunkhannock playing a good game tonight against a tough Lackawanna Trail team.
35-21 at this moment, Bob. I apologize. Tunkhannock, Lackawanna Trail. So, they're scoring. They just got to get that defense solidified.
The scores in District 2 tonight coming from Luzerne County Community College.
Jersey Shore.
NEPAfootball.com.
Jersey Shore 20, Dallas 7. Scranton Prep 10, Valley View 14.
Okay, so that reversed a little bit.
Crestwood over Wyoming area, or 14-10. West Scranton 14, Old Forge 7. Riverside Dunmore locked at 14.
Haven and Blue Mountain down the road tied at 13.
Southern Columbia losing 28-14 to Wyomissing.
Berwick's turned it around over Lake Lehman. They are beating them 17-7. So for our full schedule, You can go fox56.com, look for the Friday Night Rivals pull down. Our full schedule is right there. Glad you could join us, whether you're watching on YouTube or on Facebook or on my TV, WQMY. Glad you could join us for Friday Night Rivals week number 1. We have a great one here, as expected. Logan Steele, the All-State quarterback, has a guy downfield, right down the sidelines, into the seam it goes, and a great catch from the sophomore, Braden Kavanaugh, his first ever varsity catch.
Nice job by Kavanaugh on this. The problem was linebacker just didn't drop deep enough with him, and that's what created that separation in there. Donovan Durham was the cornerback on that just let him run by, and the free safety didn't get out there. I apologize. I said it was a linebacker. That was the cornerback.
Kavanaugh makes his first catch, and Shamokin now in business. Back to Clinton up the middle. Sakeem Clinton, 225-pound running back, up for another Moravia Health first down. The big offensive line doing their job.
Well, and that's exactly what we're going to see now. They're going to keep feeding him the rock later as this game goes on because of how big he is. And again, look at that mismatch. Number 34, Brian Holly, is 5'8", 160 against 225 pounds.
You couldn't hold this Shamokin offense down all night long. Right now, knocking on the door, trying to take back the lead. Pottsville scored the last 14. Back to Clinton. Clinton, left side, 9 yards for the big running back.
You see he's just doing that jab step to the left and cutting straight up on that inside zone.
Anderson, Krieger, Glover doing their job on the left side. Coach up front.
They certainly are. And it kind of, we keep talking about Isaac Glover at 405, going both ways. He's doing a great job at center because he's occupying a lot of space.
Quarterback sneak by Steele. Breaks it to the outside. He's got a lot of speed, and Steele's going to take it in for a Shamokin touchdown. They take back the lead. A 17-yard scamper for a touchdown for the Indians.
If we get the replay from Ernie Mignoni, here it is. Great job, guys. Thank you. And I was just talking about Glover in there. He did a tremendous job on the block. He cut block to his left, which opened up a big gap on the inside for his quarterback, Logan Steele.
5 plays, 80 yards. That big pass play from Steele to Kavanaugh was the big play. Clinton then a couple 10-yard runs, and then the All-Stater takes it in for a second touchdown tonight. Steinhardt on for the PAT.
Well, and that's how Shamokin wanted this script to go this way. Now, how's Pottsville going to respond?
So 2:30 left in the third. Shamokin gets their first points in the game since the first quarter, and they lead 21-14. So we expected a dogfight, and we got exactly that, Coach.
We got a great high school football game between two storied programs. Right now, Shamokin coming off a hot year, and we have this young Pottsville team itching, fighting, and scratching for everything, trying to get that nobility back that was Pottsville.
So what's left for the Crimson Tide after tonight? Well, how about this? Next week, they head to Jim Thorpe. Then they'll be on Tamaqua. Then they're into the Colonial League play. Banger. Rematch with Southern Lehigh. Lehigh. State champs in Northwestern Lehigh. Wilson tonight beating Wilkes-Barre, Blue Mountain. And then the big rivalry with North Schuylkill. Another top 10 showdown. But Pottsville right now showing their way. They need to respond now to that touchdown from Logan Steele and Shamokin. They lead 21-14. We're ready for our Bath Fitter kickoff to continue this third quarter. The ref's giving the guys a little bit extra time. Maybe they get a little bit of hydration and a little break here before the kickoff. So, number 1. Got to go back to deep again. dropped at the goal line. Second time tonight that's happened for Pottsville. And that time, that was number 2, Nick Huda, the junior. And Pottsville will be backed up inside their 20, about the 17-yard line.
That last drive brought the Shamokin faithful alive. The cheerleaders are cheering a little bit louder. The band, the parents that are in the stands are starting to get into the game now. So Pottsville has to come back right now, counter with a nice touchdown to quell that crowd over on the other side.
Okay, so let's see if Juju comes back into the game. He did go out with cramping.
He's back in.
Walking slow, but Allen leads him on. At quarterback one more time. Juju next to him. Over the 100-yard mark tonight against Shamokin on the ground. Cruz. Allen gets through. Shoots up to the 36. Close to a first down. A couple yards short.
The prognosticator to my left, Bob Ide, said, when is the quarterback going to keep? Second half. Nice job with that read, getting up to 9 yards on that carry.
First time we saw the I formation tonight. Give it to the fullback, so maybe they're thinking, using Juju as a decoy, knowing he was cramping up. They do pick up a Moravia Health first down, though.
That's interesting. Up your fullback's in a 2-point stance. All right, Coach Brennan, what else you going to pull out? Nice job with the fullback trap in there. Again, they had a trap. They went away from 57, so they doubled him. The right guard on that would be Bryce Sophie, came down with Brody Baddock on the big guy, and then they pulled number 71, Eli Accardi, in there.
Pottsville, I would think, does not want to give the ball back. Like the long drive here would be what the doctor ordered.
Play clock down to single digits.
Durham on the reverse. He's got some speed. Couldn't get to the outside. Good job by the Indian defense to force him back in. Gain of 1. Steal right there coming off the bottom.
Well, we talk about defensively, you want to go outside in. We got an injured player now.
Yep, that's Steven Strinkowski. Backup quarterback, but we've seen him play a lot at wingback as well. He's limping, and then another cramp. Is that Durham?
Yes.
That is the guy that ran the ball.
Donovan Durham, yep.
So 53 seconds left. Coming up, we'll have our scholar athlete at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Another year figure law firm giving out a $5,000 college scholarship at the end of the year to all of our Friday Night Rivals scholar athletes. We have 2 tonight, both football players from each team. Vince Goldschmidt will tell us about that at the beginning of the fourth quarter.
And the student athletes aren't necessarily always football players.
They're not always football players. Tonight they just happen to be. Any senior in this school, doesn't matter what they play.
I was already contacted by a friend of mine that's a retired teacher from Tunkhannock. She was proudly saying that her son, Ian Burke, will be the scholar athlete at the Nanticoke game that we're going to be broadcasting.
I already got his information.
Not a surprise.
Not a surprise.
I'm not a surprise at all because John and Angie do a tremendous job with all their kids, and they hold them accountable. All right, Bainbridge hopping off the best he can. There he goes. Now he's trying to get that foot back in.
So, Durham comes off. He'll be looked at. Get some water in him, pickle juice, or whatever we're doing tonight. Mustard. Allen to the outside. Wobbler. Alvarez comes back. Does he make the catch? They give it to him.
Wow. Okay.
A gain of 4. Brings up third down. It'll be shy of a first down. And the clock keeps running. So they can run out the clock here into the fourth quarter if they want to. And they probably will to give their team a little bit of a rest.
Well, that was a great effort by Alvarez to come back for that tip ball. And you see Alvarez on your screen saying, yep.
Yeah, they're going to wait it out. And when we come back, Vince will introduce us to our scholar athletes. 21-14 the score. Shamokin and Pottsville headed to a entertaining ending here in Schuylkill County.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
Set to begin at starting 5.
Welcome back. Top of the fourth quarter, the Indians holding a 7-point lead as it's time to honor our Figured Law Scholar athletes for tonight's game. One representative from each side. We'll start with Shamokins. It is Andrew Kuzmik. Kuzmik is a letterman in football and track and field, a member of the National Honor Society, and a member of Student Council. And he plans to study biochemistry and cell biology when he goes to college. And then planning after that, he's also looking to go to medical school after he finishes his undergrad. As for the Pottsville representative, that would be Brody Herndon. Herndon is a letterman in football and basketball, a member of NHS, the class vice president, and is a board member of the Schuylkill County Junior Advisory. As well, he also volunteers as a Little League umpire. And when he goes to college, he plans to study physical therapy. Now, as Bob mentioned earlier, both of these gentlemen and the rest of our Friday Night Rivals scholar athletes have the opportunity to win a $5,000 college scholarship. So best of luck to these gentlemen and the rest of the recipients throughout the rest of the season. Guys, back in the booth.
Congratulations to both of our scholar athletes. Good job, Vince. Logan Steele with another big punt return. Here we go, Coach.
Got a squib punt. You'd think, okay, Logan Steele, this is the difference this young man can make.
Just,
whoop, 1, 2, 3. 3 guys miss. I mean, they had hands on him, but his stop and go speed is just amazing.
If we were in Canada, he'd still be going because it's a wider field. Okay, Steele and company now with a 7-point lead in great field possession in Pottsville territory at their 43-yard line. They can put this one away, Coach, if they can get down the field, maybe get a touchdown. Now the Tide defense really back on their heels.
That's a tough one. You get a great punt return like that. Now you're telling your defense you got to stop them. You got to get a 3 and out. It can happen, but I think the momentum has shifted, obviously, to Shamokin.
Clinton bounces back outside off of Alvarez. Clinton still on his feet, shedding tacklers. No one can get him down. He just goes out of bounds.
He's making it look rather easy. Clinton
he is, isn't he?
He really is.
Same thing.
And again, give credit to that offensive line getting those key blocks. The wide receivers doing their stalk blocks, doing a nice job.
And Pottsville going to host Lehman next week. Lake Lehman now trailing Berwick in their game up in the back mountain. Down here in Schuylkill County. Shamokin trying to start the season once again 1-0. Up by 7. Good hit in the middle as Gink gets the ball. Gain of 2.
Good job by Logan Kessler in there as his defensive tackle, and Edwin Arcardi, number 71, the junior, doing a nice job in there. Now we got another cramp. But that's what high school football.
Is he going for physical therapy too?
I'll tell you what.
The guy out.
Look at that. He knew. And again,
yep.
Hey, we're battling, but you know what? We're still brothers in football, and I'm going to help you out when I can.
Every Tuesday, we'll have our Friday Night Rivals top 10. Here's our preseason poll. Schuylkill Haven, I know I'd say it, losing tonight to Blue Mountain down the road. Bit of a shock, but give Blue Mountain a lot of credit. Shamokin here, who trail winning. North Pocono with a big win. Wilkes-barre area was losing last time we checked. Delaware Valley, we'll check on that score. Southern losing, North Schuylkill winning. Pottsville here losing, and Wyoming area was beating Crestwood. So things will change. It is a year, I think, Coach, a lot of parity in our 570 area code. There's not that one team, maybe it's Shamokin, maybe they will pull ahead, that you can say they're the best in our area.
And we watched the Southern Columbia scrimmage and said they're back, but right now they're losing to Wyoming. Again, another team out of the Reading area that is just like a Division III college team that comes every year. They're always good. They run that wing tee perfectly, and I guess they just outmatched the Tigers of Southern Columbia.
Southern next week will host Loyalsock in a PHAC game.
Yeah, 42-14, Wyoming over Southern.
Not surprising, but Jim Roth going to play a bigger school anytime he can.
Oh, he's always up for the challenge.
Berwick over Lehman, as I said. Lehman will take on Shamokin next week. Wine Mountain could be a very sneaky Class A team. They are beating Lewisburg tonight, 38-6.
And looks like Coach Russick up at Pittston is going to get his first win at Pittston. They're up 26-3.
We'll see Bloomsburg
Mid-Valley.
later. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. That's
Bloomsburg beating Danville. Steele, quarterback sneak right up the middle. Big hole for Logan Steele as Moravia held first down up to the 26-yard line, gain of 9. Now that our big offensive line is starting to wear down Pottsville.
You just see that when Glover just turns and it makes just a gap because you can't get around them. And the way the 3-4 defense, or some people would call it the 5-2 if you're an old head like me, you got a zero technique, which means you're over the center. So all he's doing is blocking, and then late flag.
Late flag. Little pushing and shoving after Steele went for a yard or two, and Mike Brennan's going to take somebody out. He saw it right in front of him. This may be going against the Tide.
Unsportsmanlike conduct, number 14.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Strankowski, who was limping a little bit before. Coach Brennan's going to immediately talk to him.
He's just saying you have to understand discipline.
Yeah.
We can't tolerate it. A close game like that, and you're giving them 15 yards.
Point made. But that will give Shamokin a Moravia Health first down. Inside the 15-yard line, up by 7 here with 10 minutes left in the game.
You have
to the 11.
You have an uphill battle coming back, trying to play your opening game against a great team like Shamokin that went very far in states, and now you do something like that. The undisciplined, that's the stuff that drives you crazy as a coach.
Shamokin coming in state ranked in 4A. Kavanaugh,
Bickert in there.
Outside, touchdown Shamokin, 11 yards. For Ryan Bickert, first touchdown of the season. Had 2 a year ago. The junior takes it in, and Shamokin has surged ahead again, adding on to their lead.
Look at the kick-out blocks by the wide receivers out there. And then number 52, lead blocking down in there. Nice job all the way around from that Shamokin team.
Officially 4 plays, 43 yards after the Logan Steele punt return. Helped by a penalty. Bickert has the touchdown. Steinhardt in to add the PAT as Shamokin has scored the last 13, trying to make it 14. So we've had a game of runs tonight by both teams. And it is up and good. So back to a 14-point lead for the Indians over the Tide.
You're watching the Luzerne County Community College Friday Night Rivals, sponsored by Bathfitter on MyTV WQMY.
The Indian lead back to 14 after Pottsville in the middle quarter scored 14 unanswered to tie it up. It's been Shamokin since then. Steinhardt, strong leg, kicks it deep. Bainbridge from his 5. Juju trying to get a block, does. Bainbridge down the sideline, stays in bounds, and it'll be knocked out of bounds after a big return to the 43-yard line, 52-yard return.
And that was the kicker, number 1, Colin Steinhardt. Look at this. He just is not going to be denied. I talked to Coach Buckman, the running back coach for the Tide, and he said that Juju is everything that as advertised.
Well, that's a big kick return on special teams. Gives them good field position. Plenty of time left to get back in this one. They're at the 43-yard line. And let's see now what Coach Brennan has in mind. You don't need anything quick, but it's got to be effective, don't you think?
I'd say you want to try to get this within 2 to 3 minutes in here. Again, he doesn't run a no huddle. We have seen it. He said that we may go no huddle. But I don't think there's that sense of urgency right now. They just want to get it first down and keep this drive going and punch one in to cut that lead down to 7.
Well, they proved that they can do that in the second and third quarter. They can put points up. Bainbridge, big hole. Taken down by Steele right before the 35-yard line, make it to 36.
Nice job by Bainbridge getting in there. Offensive line doing their job creating the holes. The secondary, they're playing a cover 2 shell right now. So again, a good beater on that or post patterns in there.
Allen coming up, calling the play out to his offensive line. He'll go back into the shotgun. Back to Juju. Juju with a hole on the left side. Cuts it back in. Has a Moravia help. First down up to the 24. Gain of 12. You see that hole open up, Coach.
It just does nice. Again, the offensive line doing what they've got to do, especially now in the fourth quarter, being down by 14. They're not giving up. They're just starting to put their foot on the gas a little bit harder now.
Montgomery with the tackle for Shamokin, but that was in the linebackers. Back to Bainbridge. Same play off the same side. Gain of 3. More positive yards, though.
That's Kessler at the left tackle, 6'2", 240. Eli Accardi, 5'11", 220. And again, they're staying away from the big guy in the center because you're going to be wasting your offensive lineman on one man. And now what they're starting to do is expand that out. Well, all right, we're not going to run to him. We're going to run away from him a little bit.
Looks like somebody went off the field for Shamokin and missed the number. But Allen goes back to the shotgun again. Let's see if they run Bainbridge for a 4th time. No, we're going to get illegal motion. And that's going to cost them 5 back to the original, almost the original line of scrimmage.
Interesting. Shamokin put the big guy now. He's playing the tackle. He's playing the 3 technique. They have someone else that's quicker. I'm trying to get a number. I think it's 50. That is now playing. Yeah, that's Christian Arts, or 53. Ryan Belts, 5'11", 190-pound junior that's playing that 0 technique over the center. His quickness. Now they put the big guy to clog that hole.
Nick Coletta in there, also a sophomore for Shamokin. Now, Coach Brennan called timeout.
He looks a little frustrated when I see the headset come off. That's a frustration that there was miscommunication in the huddle.
7:38 left in this game. Tied, down 14. They had this one tied at 14 at one point, but Shamokin has come back with a couple of nice drives. Coming up at the end of the game, we'll have our Luzerne County Community College Players of the Game. And we'll have to also have the what? It's a stop of the game. It's a stop of the game coming up at the end. And also, Vince will be presenting our Friday Night Rivals Luzerne County Community College plaque to the winner. So, yes, there is something to play for tonight other than a win.
It's always nice to get that hardware, but there's a lot of stuff. Again, I like the format, what we're doing this year, Bob. A lot of things in the fourth quarter that we're going to be presenting, especially at the end of the game.
Allen rushed, trying to set up the screen, but guess who was there? Zakeem Clinton, all-state linebacker. He was all over Bainbridge as they tried to set up that screen again that was very effective in the first half.
And it's funny, the offensive linemen that pulled that were down the line of scrimmage saw that ball go over their head and they're like...
Yeah, that's because number 21's behind you.
Yeah.
Blanketing your player.
Yeah, all-state linebacker is a junior, and he's like, yeah, I'm not having any of that.
So, big third down now. At 11, you got to go for now on 2 downs. No legal motion. Allen to the end zone. Interference going to be called as Max Clues, the tight end, was going against Bickert. And there's a flag down at the 5, and this is, I think, will go against Shamokin.
I believe it will, too.
So that'll be 15 yards for the tight end and a first down. So,
well, it was a nice concept what they were running. Split end was running a post. Slot backs running a corner. You see them crossing in front of your screen right there. And he was going right there, and he just got taken out. Again, that would have been a tough throw because the secondary, the way they're playing that cover 2 shell, the free safeties are responsible for the outside.
So it's a Moravia held first down. We're inside the Santarelli Oil red zone at the 13. Pottsville trying to cut into this Shamokin lead late. Inside the Clues, number 21, trying that fullback sneak and nowhere to go with big Isaac Glover in the middle, 6'2", 405.
Not 409, not the cleaner, 405. And again, Coach Brennan, go back to that fullback trap right now. You'll be able to kick out, double down onto the nose guard, and then pull that guard up on the linebacker right now.
I'm texting him. Jan said,
look at the gap right there. Right there. That's where I'm talking.
Well, let's see. Fake it to Bainbridge.
Oof.
Out to the outside.
Oh, big hit.
Big hit by Bickert on Clues. Inside the 10 they go. 3-yard gain. Third down.
Boy, Bickert's doing a nice job out there from his cornerback position. Look at that. Coming up, the only thing I would tell, I'm sure Coach Pershing will tell him, wrap your arms. Don't put your head down.
I'm thinking if he doesn't make that hit, Steele's the only one, but Steele was being blocked by Durham, so he might have gone in for a touchdown. So 2 plays here. You can pick up a first down inside the 5 if you're a Crimson Tide. I think the Tide moved.
And then that's the stuff that's first game stuff that, you expect, but this is not the right time for it to happen.
No, is there ever a good time?
No, there isn't, but especially when you're driving and you're in the red zone.
3rd and 10 now, but you do have 2 downs. So if you have a play that you liked, you better get it here. Play clock's already going. They're getting the play in from the sidelines.
12
10
seconds. Yeah,
Yep.
they're good. They're good.
From the Santarelli Oil red zone. Here goes Pottsville again. 3rd down and 10. Allen rolling. Has time if he wants to run. Rolling. Has a guy over the middle. It's intercepted. Right into the hands of Logan Steele. And he's gone. No one will catch the long jump gold medalist and the second in the 100. Logan Steele puts this one away for Shamokin with 100-yard. 102 pick six.
Andrew Allen, I don't know what he saw.
I think it's 105.
Well, yeah. Look at that. Just a good burst. 54 is not giving up. He's trying, Logan Kessler, but he's not going to catch him.
Steele pulling the hammies. He's cramping up. But Logan Steele, 3rd touchdown of the night. That pick six puts this one away. Yeah, Shamokin has scored 20 unanswered points. Pottsville knocking on the door, but the interception goes the wrong way.
And as a quarterback, Allen's got to have a really short memory right now because he's got to get right back out there and try to lead this team right back down. Now they're going to be playing for pride.
Steinhardt's kick hits the front of the post as Walsh, the holder, didn't really get it. It's first time doing holding tonight, and it goes as a non-PAT, and it's 34-14 Shamokin. Hey, time now for our Dr. Todd Smile Cam of the game. Everyone smile, because we're going down to Vince on the sidelines.
Down on the sideline with the captains of the Pottsville cheer team, we have Ava Hale and Autumn Ferment. So, first off, want to ask, how much do you guys love Pottsville football and Pottsville cheer?
Honestly, I love it so much. Like, it's so fun getting to come to the games and just feel the atmosphere of everybody being here, especially at home field. We have all our fans here, and everybody's so pumped and excited.
Honestly, I couldn't say it much better than she did. We have an amazing atmosphere, amazing fans, an amazing support system, and our team is really good.
Well, it's time for Dr. Todd's Smile Cam. Girls, take it away.
Those are some good smiles there, Vince. And, well, even though their team's losing, we're happy that they're smiling at least.
Yeah, they've got to keep smiling. That's the toughest job as a cheerleader. They've got to cheer whether it rain, cold, whether your team's winning or losing. They got to keep that going, keep the fans all excited.
Steinhardt tees it up. Short kick. This is still a live ball. Durham picks it from about the 13. Donovan Durham trying to get to the outside. He has some speed, trying to get a block. Might have got a hold, but he got free. And another good special teams play, this time by Durham, inside Indian territory down to the 43-yard line.
That's what they needed. Again, good field position changed by a special teams member.
Back comes the offense.
Final score, West Scranton 20, Old Forge 7.
Mike Schuback will not be happy.
He won't be happy. That was the payback from the Dream game.
Exactly. Those scores coming from NEPAfootball.com. And brought to you by Luzerne County Community College, by the way.
Yep. Tunkhannock on the wrong end. Lackawanna Trail 35, Tunkhannock 21. Loyal Sock losing to Mifflinburg 47-13.
How about Haven?
I'm scrolling to that, Coach. I'm getting there, but we got this game. Oh,
Bainbridge up the middle.
Nice run, Bainbridge. Juju getting it done. Tough 5 yards in there.
Well, Pottsville's going to be better. They're just running into a state-ranked team.
Yeah,
a team with a lot of momentum, a lot of great players. They're going to be a factor in District 11 4A. Now, Southern Lehigh, again, they're going to be the favorite. A lot of talk about them. and they'll get them. They'll match up with them. But 6-6 a year ago.
They're on their way up.
Yep, absolutely. And 19 juniors on the Crimson Tide.
And that's the promising thing. But again, they've got to worry about this game right here.
Bainbridge up the middle again. So I don't know. Not going to air it out. Coach Brennan, a little conservative here, down 20.
Again, now you've got to think about now Coach Brennan's knowing, okay, we're down by 20 with 4 minutes to go. They've got to play smart. They don't want to get anybody injured because now they got to start thinking and regrouping for next week. Looks like Coach Hawanitz is going to gain his first win up at Honesdale, 19-9.
Allen behind his intended receiver, Huda. Another junior that goes incomplete. Clock stops momentarily off the...
Blue Mountain, 27. Schuylkill Haven, 26. In the fourth quarter.
Well, we know Haven can score, but I'll give a lot of credit to Blue Mountain.
Well, Blue Mountain definitely decided they were going to play up today. They're going to play up to the ability of Schuylkill Haven.
So our number one team facing a tough task in week number 1. Shamokin, though, looking really nice. Over the middle. Nice to Huda.
Job.
That's a Moravia Health first down inside the 29-yard line, around there.
What's important, Bob, with this drive is right now to get Andrew Allen, get that confidence back, shake it off, like I said earlier, get rid of it. Short memory. You got to guide your team down, get some pride points right now.
Allen back, has time, fires it in traffic, trying to hit Durham. Good play by Bickert, who came up on defense to bat it down.
Again, a little bit of duress back there sitting in the pocket, but he was able to get that ball off. But Bickert doing a nice job with his blanket coverage.
Give it to Juju, trying to find any room. Clinton with a hand on him. Here comes Isaac Glover, the two All-Staters in the middle there, making the stop.
Max Clues had a difficult time that play. That's why that play really kind of disintegrated in front of him. The defensive end on that play decided, I'm going to crash down super hard, Logan Munson, and he did. He beat Max Clues across his face, and that's why he was right in Bainbridge's face. He had nowhere to run.
Allen looking to his left, looking all day, looking for anyone. Finally tries to get it out to Alvarez. And a big battle in the middle, though, Coach. Isaac Glover, and it looked like, was that Solfi
54.
Or Badak?
That was Logan Kessler he was up against. And I got to give the big man credit. 405 pounds. Giving a pass rush on that. I mean, he collapsed it and almost had a sack.
Well, we want to thank everyone here at Pottsville. Pete Sanfilippo, the new athletic director, day one, coming in with our TV cameras, getting our first stop down here in over a decade here at Veterans Memorial Stadium. We couldn't ask for a better game in week number 1. We were tied at 14 before Shamokin pulled ahead as Allen goes to the end zone, almost intercepted, trying to hit Durham down there, and on 4th down, the Tide will turn it over. But we want to thank them for coming here. Mike Brennan and Mark Persing has given us a ton of information tonight here in both, as we said, in this game. So we want to thank everyone here for welcoming us back to Schuylkill County. And I'm telling you, I love to come down here.
They really did. I'm going to give a little pun here, a little cliche. They rolled out the crimson carpet for us. I mean, very gracious. They offered, they had hoagies for us and water and anything we needed. They said, just let us know. Very gracious down here. And we were very appreciative as the Fox 56, Friday Night Rivals game.
So good luck to both teams moving forward. 2:22 in this one. But one guy we did see was Logan Steele.
Yes, we did.
And we know why he's getting offers from Ole Miss, from Penn State, from Bowling Green, from James Madison, to name a few. More and more will be coming. His speed on that pick six. He could be a safety in college with that speed. A cornerback,
and
right?
He's very tenacious, too, playing that secondary. He's not afraid to hit or be hit as is from his quarterback split end position.
So after some cramps, he's back in. He'll hand it off to Gink. Gink up the middle. Herndon, the senior, he'll have to lead the way in his middle linebacker position as they lost some good linebackers on this Tide team from graduation.
Great job by that offensive line for Shamokin tonight. Number 64, Brant Krieger, 65, Chase Anderson. Obviously, we talked about the big guy, Isaac Glover in there, 56, Bobby Whitner, 55, Jet Velati. Getting it done up there, creating those seams and those holes for those running backs to get through.
Shamokin hosting Lake Lehman next week. As we said.
Nice job.
Pottsville headed to Jim Thorpe. And we're 90 seconds left, and we are underway in 2025, Coach. 8th year with you and I together, and we got a great schedule as we saw. Next week, Stroudsburg, Wilkes-Barre. Then we're at Mid-Valley, and then looking forward to see Loyalsock and Balloonsburg. Balloonsburg pulling off the I'll say an upset, but I don't think so, over Danville tonight. They have a lot of returning players. Loyalsock has to regroup after losing to Mifflinburg. But we'll check the scores out, and you can check them out on NEPAfootball.com up in District 2. And don't forget about T102sports.com here in Schuylkill County. Gink to the outside. Close to a first down. And that should do it as we hit the 40-second play clock, under 40 to play in the game. And what we expected to see is what we got, Coach.
I'll tell you what, two great teams going at it. Shamokin picking up where they left off last year. Very upset that they didn't go further in the States. Coach Brennan, he knows he has a young team out there, and it was just tough. Some of the penalties he's going to talk to his kids about. He saw some good things. Again, we always talk about week 1 to week 2. Let's see the improvement.
Well, there will be improvement. We saw some improvement from Pottsville tonight. They hung in there. They had the game tied at 14, and then it was 20 unanswered from the Shamokin team that has their eyes set on not only district championships, but also on state playoff success.
Yeah.
This is the school bus stop of the game, presented by NHTSA. Always remember to stop when the school bus arm is out.
Congratulations.
And our stop of the game right at the end, put this one away. Logan Steele, 105 yards on the pick six is our NHTSA stop of the game. So congratulations to the Shamokin Indians as they go over to their student section. And Vince is down in the field with our Luzerne County Community College players of the game. Vince?
I got our two players of the game, Logan Steele and Zakeem Collins. Logan, I'll start with you first. 3 touchdown games, I wouldn't say they're super rare, but the fashion you did it is one I've never seen before. A passing touchdown, a rushing touchdown, and a pick six. I mean, how did you do it tonight?
I don't know. I mean, we came out here expecting big things. Went down at halftime. We felt really down, letting them score and get back in the game. We all talked in the locker room. We were like, let's go out and finish this game off, and that's what we did.
Now, Zakeem, for you, after last season, district champions, coming out here and an emphatic win, 34-14, 20-point victory, how does this set you guys up for your title defense?
Sets us up pretty well, actually. We're expecting big game. We're expecting a lot of big games to come, but we're going to overcome everything, the adversity, everything, and we're going to come out victorious. Gentlemen, best of luck the rest of the way out, man.
Thank you.
Guys?
Vince, thank you.
Clinton and Steele. Gink, Glover. Going to lead Shamokin again this year. Last year was a 10-0 start. Looking for the same success this year. And for Pottsville, they'll regroup. They'll head up to Jim Thorpe. And they'll try to get back to 1-1 on the year. So number 2 beats number 9 tonight, 34-14. Next week, we'll be back up in Luzerne County, the Wyoming Valley Conference. Stroudsburg and Wilkes-Barre will be on the air at 7. You can watch tonight's game on YouTube, and you can also watch it on Facebook, WQMY. So for the entire Fox 56 sports crew, thank you to everyone here at Pottsville. For Vince Goldschmidt, for Mr. Jan Cichak, I'm Bob Ide saying so long from Schuylkill County, week 1 of 12, and we're well on our way. Let's go.